くぞ
Hello everyone, what's happening? This is Forgo, and today we're going to do a little review about Vice. Now, unfortunately, in Championship here, we just aren't able to get in here, and by the time I got this girl awakened, I just couldn't play Championship, which really sucks, so I don't have any footage of that. So we're just going to do a little in-game action besides Championship to just talk about her, talk about what's good about her, talk about what's not so good about her. But before we get into that, I do want to mention that we do have a new super mission for Swimsuit K, which is freaking awesome. They're going to give you that car. They're going to give you him. Pretty cool. He's a great leadership for green fighters, which is really nice. And we're also going to get that gold memory for green fighters, which is also great. And all these other resources. Very cool. Keep dishing out, KOF. We freaking love it. The other thing that I want to mention is some of us, not all of us, did end up getting some of these vouchers right here. The All-Star 5-star voucher, the Battle Card vouchers, and another All-Star voucher for clearing the 2000 story mode before the 18th of August was up. So congratulations to all of you that ended up getting this. For those of you that didn't, I'm sorry. But still pretty awesome that they gave out these rewards. And I believe you get certain rewards for clearing on normal, hard, and expert, but I'm not really sure. I think you get one ticket for hard, one ticket for normal, and one ticket for expert, but I'm not really sure. Don't quote me on that one. So now let's talk about Vice. So Vice really is an amazing character. I do have her awakened. She's at level 10. She has 23,600 CP. And, you know, she is a purple defensive fighter. So she's, you know, she's got a fighter, you know, like Nameless to deal with, to contend with as far as that top spot. And we'll get to talking about, you know, where I rank her as far as the characters in the game. But she is one solid character for sure, but a bit situational at times. She does have a leadership that increases defensive fighters' attack by 35% and crit rate by 7%, which is really good. If you look at her core effects, something that she's lacking on is she has no PG gain. This hurts her quite a bit because she also has only a 5 PG card. It takes her a long time to build up that PG and to go into combos, or not to go into combos, but to do your ultimate and special moves. Now, she combos really well, but it is a bit situational because you have to do grab skills. Now, her core effect here is actually really nice. The cool water gun fight. 30% chance to reset the cooldown of grab active skills upon landing Ravenous. So whenever you do the first skill, which is Ravenous, it has a 30% chance to reset your second and third skill, which is actually very freaking strong if it triggers. If it doesn't trigger, you're going to have more difficulty going into your combos. But if it does, it's going to be much easier to trigger combos. And it does trigger fairly often. 30% is a fairly high chance. It's not awesome by any means, but it's definitely good. Actually, if this was much higher, I think it might be almost to the point of being broken. And this is something else that's very nice about Vice. She has reflex stun. So when you're facing characters like John Cena, Pretty Big, who are our triple S tier in my opinion, they both have stuns. So she actually reflects their stun. However, the thing is about both, you know, like for example, the characters John Cena and Pretty Big, is they have hyper armor, which gives them damage immunity. So if you get the reflect and they have their hyper armor up, you're not going to be doing any damage to them during that time of hyper armor. However, the increase the target's damage received by 60% for 7 seconds will carry on after the immunity finishes. So you will be doing more damage afterwards, but something you have to remember is if those other characters are using their combos and they're throwing you around and you're up in the air and you're not standing, you're not going to be able to use your interrupt skill, which is your third skill, and they will combo the hell out of you and they will destroy you. Now, something that's nice about Vice is she's pretty freaking tanky. She's a really tanky character, and that's partly due to because of her third skill and the fact that she's a defensive character. You know, if you throw a good card set, a good Kaya set, Mr. Big set, Cooler Vacation set to increase her defensive stats, she's going to be much tankier than what she normally is. But if you use this third skill, which gains super armor, it's also an interrupt skill, decreases damage received by 70%. So this is a great skill. Something else that's nice about Vice is she has low cooldowns on her skills. This is absolutely wonderful for comboing. However, again, she's a grab character. Well, two of her skills are grabs. And they can be difficult to land, especially if characters are good at dodging. Now, our first skill increases defenses by 38% for 7 seconds. Wonderful, boosting her defenses, making her a little tankier. And the PvP exclusive disable the target's roll for 3 seconds when a successful skill or guard included ends. This is absolutely amazing. When you use this first skill, they can't guard or roll. However, again, anytime a character has super armor or hyper armor, you cannot grab them. So as long as they don't have that up and as long as they don't use those skills, then you're going to be able to grab a hold of them. However, again, and I'm going to bring up John Cena and Pretty Big a lot because those are the characters I hear a lot about how she's such a good counter for. And she is a good counter, but she's not a hard counter. And that's because they still have interrupt skills on their hyper armor skills. They can still interrupt and use those skills if they're off their cooldowns, and you're not going to be able to get a hold of them. And if you're not using a super armor skill, that means they're going to be able to combo you instead of you comboing them. The second skill increases attack by 42% of defenses for 7 seconds when using skill. This is great. PvP exclusive, disable the target's active skills for 3 seconds when a successful skill or guard included ends. This is also amazing because this is 100%. If you use this second skill, you disable their active skills, strike, skill, blast skills, it doesn't matter, grab skills, you disable them. And if you actually get that second skill off and disable their roll, well, I mean, you're just going to grab a hold of them and they won't be able to do anything. So even if they did have the hyper armor skills with the interrupt and you disable their active skills, they can't use them, which is pretty sweet. Very powerful. And then her third skill we already talked about. Now for the build, again, she's Awakened level 10, 23,600 CP. All of her cores are unlocked. I'm not going to go in there because I guarantee it'll probably crash the game. And as far as her card sets, I am going to be running a KS set on her. And they're only at skill level 6, so I'm not really getting as much defenses. I believe this goes up to 7%. So I am losing a little bit, but not too much. This is an amazing set for her. You're going to get a lot of damage out of this. However, the Elizabeth set that increases your damage by 200% on grab skills, I think would probably be better. I've actually got a lot of good feedback about that because this is an area where Vice is lacking. She does lack a bit of damage. You really have to get all those combos in. You really have to hope that the first skill does trigger. And by the way, her 5PG card is at skill level 6 also. But you really have to rely on that core effect of the 30% chance to reset the cooldowns for your infinite combos. If this thing resets, it's pretty insane. But again, because of the slow PG gain, it just takes forever to build her PG. She just doesn't do as much damage as what you'd really like to see. And that kind of sucks. That is a caveat to the character. But as you know, with Netmarble, they do a really good job of balancing characters. Midsummer Night Vice is really an amazing character. But I really feel that she's more PvP focused than she is PvE. It doesn't mean she's bad in PvE. She's good. It's just, I think she's just more PvP focused, more PvP centered. So let's just jump into match here. And we can only do infinite battle because league match, we can only use attack type fighters, so I can't use her. We'll go in infinite here. And we'll throw her up on here. Wherever our lovely girl is. There she is. And I know infinite battle isn't nothing special. Well, okay. Crap, here we go. Let's just throw in whoever. Alright. And I know infinite battle isn't nothing special, but you know, it gives you an idea to have a little fun with her. Okay. Now the way that I play Vice is I always like to start with the third skill because I want that super armor to make sure that my skills don't get interrupted. Now some people are going to play a little bit different, but I like to do the first skill, then the third skill, then the first skill, then the second skill. Here we go. You throw a couple punch. And see, she can't do any skills now. We need to get out of there. There we go. And boom. And like I said, you know, she combos so well. I mean, Vice really is a really awesome character. I love her to death. Very fun to play as well. And she has a lot of range. A lot. I mean, she can take him down. Now, she is Awakened level 10. Shermie there's just a level 90. So that's why the damage is looking pretty good. But believe me, in PvP, and this is what's nice. Come on, girl. Easy peasy, man. It's easy with old girl. No problem. But granted, you know, again, it's just infinite battle. You know, you're not really facing really strong characters like you would in League. So that kind of sucks. I can't show that. Let's get out of here. And let's see. We'll go to Event Quest. Okay. So let's see here. What can we do? Let's see. He's a red. Purple. Yeah, we can do this one here. Oh, yeah. Come on, guys. Bring it. I mean, I just love that she resets her second and third skill. I wish it was 100% of the time, but again, I think that would just be broken. Come on, girl. Her laugh cracks me up. She is freaking nuts. Come on. She gets so crazy. Vice really is fun. Come on. Oh, yeah. Come on. You see how far away she did that? Come on. Take that, punk. Very cool, very fun. So that was pretty easy, no problem. Took a little bit of time. Like I said, she just lacks a little bit of damage. And she wasn't at no disadvantage, you know. She still is on the same level playing field as him. So that's the one thing I really wish she had more of. I wish she had a little bit more power. Here we got a purple. Watch her plow through this. And the thing is, you know, every time characters have super armor, she just, she can't get a hold of them. Take that. I mean, something else that's really nice about Vice is she's just easy to play. I think that goes a long way with a character like this. Being as easy as she is, it's just, I mean, it doesn't, you don't have to be really all that great at the game, to be honest. And you can see with the Awaken skill, with the Awaken skill, it seems like it's best to go from the third to the first skill over and over, but she plowed through this, no problem. Easy, easy. So Vice is a freaking amazing character. I really love her. But again, you know, the cons about her is she does use grab skills, you know, and they're very dependent on whether or not you can get a hold of characters. She does lack a bit of damage. She does rely on her first skill to reset her cooldowns. Her first skill can be easily interrupted. She has slow PG gain. She uses a 5 PG card. But the pros about the character is she's easy to play. She combos well. She's tanky as hell. She has very fast animations. Her second and third skill both have good range. Her third skill has an interrupt skill, and she has stun reflect. So all in all, I think she's just an amazing character. You know, not every character is going to be all good. They all have some downsides to them, some more than others. But I think Vice is really up there with the echelon of near top tier characters. You know, how high would I rank her? I'd probably rank her, I would say top SS tier, borderline triple S tier character, borderline. I'm not really sure if she belongs there because I really think she needs a little bit more damage. That's really the thing. It just takes forever. That PG gain really hurts her too. So let me know how you're all feeling about Vice and where you would rank her in the game. And as always, let me know what cards you've gotten, what characters you've gotten, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one.